What's up, guys? Hope everyone's doing well. It's spring. Summer is hitting Sydney. It's like 8 a.m. and it's already about 80 degrees. So I woke up early, around 5:30 to run. Did my research of the current goings-on of boxing right now. Did a video earlier on Shakur Stevenson talking to Brian Custer about an array of topics, specifically the fights that keep falling through. Went on my run, came back, did some more due diligence, went to Twitter, did some research what's going on, and I need somebody here to tell me that it's going to be okay, because I try to be fair with boxing. I try to be neutral in terms of leaving my emotions at the door and just giving you guys updates on current fights, my opinion on the goings-on of the sport. And then I read about Tyson Fury this morning. I read about Ryan Garcia this morning. I hear Shakur Stevenson talking about the behind-the-scenes of what happened with the Loma fight, the Devin Haney scandal with Bill leaking the sparring footage. And it's almost impossible for us to keep a level head and being boxing fans and think that the sport's going to be okay, like it's going to be in good hands. If Terrence Crawford was 25 and not going on 36, we might be able to say that. But I'm worried. I'm worried about the current landscape, the future of boxing in terms of who do we look up to? Who are the younger fighters supposed to model their career after? Ryan Garcia just took to social media today and said that he has a fight coming up maybe in February, but he's going to Fashion Week. And it's like, all right, good. I mean, the entrepreneur in me, I don't work for anybody. I work for myself. So I can't be a hater on a guy wanting to expand his brand, wanting a guy to grow his business and his personal name. But you are a boxer. You are a guy that has been in the media saying that you're the face of boxing. You're not coming off a victory. You have a pretty face. You have a large social media following, but you're a boxer. Box. Could you imagine Julio Cesar Chavez going to Fashion Week? Correct me if I'm wrong. I think maybe Carlos Monzon did after he retired, but that was different. Monzon was dating models, and Monzon was one of the greatest middleweights of all time. Rest in peace, R.I.P. But Ryan Garcia, you are not Monzon. To just be comfortable with talking that you're going to not go into a fight camp, not train, not position yourself for credibility in your career, and throw all that away to go to Fashion Week. I don't know what I have to say about that. Call me old-fashioned. I am in my 40s. I come from a different generation. My father did speak with an accent. He did flee communistic Europe to come to America for a better life. So I'm a product of that discipline, household, somebody who was raised with consequences. We weren't beaten as kids, but we were disciplined. That's another thing. This modern age, I was talking to my girlfriend the other night about disciplining children, and she convolutes child abuse and discipline. Those are two different things. Father coming home hammered at night, drunk, grabbing a belt off the porch, grabbing a switch off the tree just to beat your kid. That's child abuse. I don't condone that. But Pop's coming home, finding out that your son was cussing out his mom, got F's on his report card, got in trouble with the cops, hit his sister, totally disrespectful. And then the father disciplining him, that's discipline. That teaches consequence. And maybe that's a bit of an extreme example to help tell the story of my frustration with boxing. But in terms of consequences for actions and living with ethics and discipline, boxing is lacking that. Then we have Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury, then just retire, mate. Because how could we have movement? The younger fighters need movement in these divisions. Whether it's the heavyweight division, the welterweight division, we can't just be holding up weight classes, waiting on paydays, fighting non-fighters, fighting non-boxers. Francis Ngannou is not a boxer. Yes, you're going to make the money and you have a reality show on Netflix and we love all that. Then just retire and step away from the goddamn sport. This guy today just said he wasn't going to fight AJ, isn't interested in any other fights, wants to just make as much money as he can, which is awesome. Entrepreneurial mindset, I agree with you. but step away, relinquish your boxing card, because Carl Froch said it perfectly today. He said years down the road, as you continue on this trajectory and you act like legacy doesn't matter, when you're older and you're at these events with all the retired boxers and these Hall of Fame speeches, you're not going to be invited to these tables. You'll be there because of your resume, but in terms of legacy and the actions that we act, there are consequences with what we do now in terms of how people will look at us years down the road. You don't have to be a pro athlete for that to be the case. That's all of us. And Carl Froch was speaking on that about Fury's statements today. And I agree with him, mate. Like I said, call me old-fashioned, but I agree with him. If you want to make all the money you want, make all the money you want. Stop boxing. Stop calling yourself the baddest man on the planet. Step away. Be an entertainer. You're great at that. Stop holding up the division and having us as fans with our hands behind our back and our tongues tied, because the minute somebody speaks up against Tyson Fury, he gets wind of it. He starts chatting shit about you. He kind of is the bully on that side of things, but I love him as a boxer. I love that guy's footwork. I love his skill. I'm a Tyson Fury fan. But as a boxer, if you want to be an entertainer, step away. I'm all for that. Shakur Stevenson, talking about the Lomachenko thing, talking about the Devin Haney thing. Bill Haney, we've seen the leaked footage. We've seen Devin and Shakur years ago. They were children sparring. We've seen Shakur on video saying that I'm done, I'm exhausted, and he's smiling. And Shakur was recently explaining that. He was like, mate, tell Bill to release the whole footage. He was like, in this day and age of media spinning narratives, he was like, Camp Haney has a really close relationship with a certain level of reporters, people who will leak this information. He said, tell those people to ask Bill to release the whole sparring footage. Shakur said he was laughing at the end of it, which we got to see, because he was schooling him. He was like, there's no, and that was when he was an amateur getting ready for the Olympics. He was like, he's way better now. He was like, there's no chance on any level in any weight class that Devin would ever be able to get his get back. And that, I like hearing that, but that also frustrates me, because the spinning of the narratives. Believe it or not, guys, I hate social media. I have to use Instagram, I have to use Facebook, I have to use YouTube, I have to use iTunes, Spotify, because I work for myself. But in terms of loving social media for the spinning of the narratives and the clickbaity side of things, it is so frustrating when you just want to be aligned with a sport that's been around before there was electricity, and then we're seeing this sport, because of the times, being convoluted with all of this other fuckery. I'm just frustrated. I'll chat soon, guys.